and welcome to the Village Network. I'm LaShawn Davis, and I have a guest here with me today. And just wanted to give you an update on the Chicago Housing Expo and some of the wonderful things that, if you missed them, we're going to have some more information for you, but we're going to talk a little bit about the highlights of the expo. And today I have with me Catherine Austin, and she's here. She actually came in from California with a manufacturer. She was one of the exhibitors at the Chicago Housing Expo, and the reason why we have her here today is we're going to talk about some things as it relates to sustainability and protecting your home. But first of all, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a highlight on the Housing Expo and how things went. That's the one that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks, and that was last Saturday on Earth Day, April 22nd, and it was at Malcolm X College. We had a wonderful time. It was buzzing. It filled up very, very quickly. And so what that tells me is that consumers are really wanting the information, just to be informed about how to renovate your home, how to get the money to renovate your home, or how to buy one of the beautiful houses in Chicago, or potentially beautiful houses in Chicago, and fix it up and make it your own. So, we had 14 classes that were very well attended, and they included things from credit repair and management and protection to a first-timer home buyers class, why you need a designer, the American Society of Interior Designers. Quite a few designers were there to teach people about not being intimidated about designers. You don't have to be absolutely rich to have a designer. And actually, if you're doing a home renovation program, which is what the show was all about, the expo was all about, you can actually tie the cost of having a designer into your home. And one of the things that's so important about having a designer actually is that you have a lot fewer mistakes. You are catered to in terms of what your needs and your desires are, and they really do look at, they're cost conscious. They look at what your budget is and help you design your space. They work with your architect and help manage the whole project along. So it's not just about luxury, it's about making smart decisions and making your purchases, and having a design that a professional is all they do, is helping you. So that was pretty exciting. There were also workshops on down payment assistance. The Illinois Department of the Illinois Housing Development Association was there, and teaching people about, you can get up to $7,500 of down payment assistance on your home when you purchase a home. So there were many highlights of it. We had neighborhood housing services there. Many banks, different types of banks, offer different types of loans and mortgages. So a lot of times the first thing people think is that, well, maybe I should just go to the company that I bank with, or the company that I currently have a mortgage with, but that's really often not the case. You don't get any kind of special treatment just because you bank with a bank. When it comes to a mortgage, it's all about how you qualify and how they have options available on mortgages. And most every bank is different. One bank that you bank with may actually tell you no, whereas another bank that you had no clue about will give you the best product and service that you need based on your needs. So it's always a good idea to talk with a professional and shop around. And one of the things that we do here at the Village Network is we help answer some of those questions for you and guide you through and refer you to different professionals to assist you in whatever the situation might be as it relates to neighborhood revitalization and just being informed and being a savvy and knowledgeable homeowner. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call in at any time at the Village Network. And CAN TV Live, the phone number is 312-738-1060. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the event. Oh, and just so you know too, just wanted to mention that we will be having workshops going forward, and here on CAN TV we will help you, we will inform you as to when we will be scheduling those, because there was an overwhelming amount of demand for those classes, in particular the investors class about how to get money and know what you need to do to acquire property so that you can either fix and flip it or fix it and rent it out, and just make that a new career for yourself, to invest in property. That classroom had standing room only. There were over 50 people in the classroom, and we at the Village Network wanted to thank, just live today to tell you that Malcolm X College and their new facility is wonderful, and the staff there was absolutely wonderful, helpful, thoughtful, and they were running around back and forth and so very helpful to us that we were just really grateful for that. But we're going to go on to talk about just some interesting things about your asset, your home, your neighborhood, and protecting that asset. And it's just a really interesting concept of, it's not just about design, it's not just about decorating, it's not just about repair. But the thing, when it comes to repair, you want to prevent repairs, or if you do repairs and updates, you want it to be as infrequent as possible. You do your repair and then done. So there are products that cost you not much more money, but they really do help preserve the homes. And as we know, many of the homes in Chicago are over 100 years old. So when we need a new roof and then we put gutters on there, the first thing we think is, what's the cheapest way to go? But actually, do you want to get up there and clean your gutters, and they're filled with all kinds of debris and leaves, and then we get the freeze thaw. And every time that water sits in there and gets stuck inside your gutters, it actually freezes and expands. It causes all types of damage. It causes damage to your roof. It can cause damage to your brick or to any kind of soffit and fascia on the side of your home. And one of the things that you want to do is protect that, and it's a very, very simple process. But at the same time you're protecting that, you're doing something that's very sustainable, cost-saving in terms of in terms of being able to keep rainwater, which we're going to talk about. So just an interesting topic, because it's something that we're going to be doing to our home, and we're very excited about it. Just the whole concept of protecting our roof and making our home last longer just by putting a little bit of it's basically an accessory, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
So Catherine is going to tell us a little bit more about these products, and she's with the company called, she's one of our sponsors, so we wanted to thank Leaf Blaster by Gutter Glove for being here. And they're a very unique company in that because they're manufactured in California, they have much higher standards than many places in the U.S., and they are certified to do something extra special when it comes to the products that go into it and the process. So,
well, I'd love to talk on that. Thank you. Thanks so much, LaShawn, for having me here today, and thank you all out there for listening to this. Yes, I was one of the vendors at the Home Expo, and I'm sorry you all had to miss it this last weekend, but I do recommend, if you see another one here in the Chicago area, please check it out. It was it was a great experience for both the vendors and all of the clients there looking for a home and looking to renovate their current home. As LaShawn said, I'm just one of the vendors there. I actually am from a company based out of Roseville, California. We manufacture gutter guards, and one of the best things about our company is that our guards do not allow the bigger debris to get in your gutters. So one of the things to look for when choosing a gutter guard, for example, is a screen or a stainless steel micro mesh that has a small enough screen material on top. So our guards are actually made out of stainless steel and aluminum, and you want to be able to filter the fine debris. So things like pine needles, the roof grit, anything like that that is coming off your gutters. Lots of times the whirly birds that come down and, can clog gutters as well. All of those things our guards actually prevent, so you will not have to clean out your gutters ever again. Really simple things that you can do. You can upgrade the size of your gutter as well, from say a 5-inch gutter to a 6-inch gutter. That's definitely a trend going on across the U.S. these days. And one thing I wanted to touch on, which is so important, especially if you are in an area where they're starting to charge for water, and just being able to sustain that sort of
In Chicago, we do pay for water.
You
it's
do.
metered.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So one thing with that I'd just like to touch on really quickly is we're actually the only gutter guard that has the UL certification right now. And that's a very thorough, long process that's by Underwriters Laboratories. And what they do is they've gone through thorough testing with our product, and we're actually the only one approved to be on a rainwater harvesting system where human consumption is the end result. So it's very exciting, and just being able to allow that into,
So this product, let's go back for a second.
Absolutely.
So this product, you can actually drink the rainwater that comes through.
Yeah, because of, we don't use chemicals in our manufacturing process. The water that you're able to collect on your roof with our guards as the first stage of containment actually can be human consumption at the end.
Oh, okay.
And another thing that's very popular is people having gardens these days. You can actually water your whole grass, all of your garden.
That's what I plan to do. So you actually, I wouldn't necessarily drink it, but you never know in an emergency situation. That's a first stage, like she said. So we're talking about filtration processes and things like that. But because the product is made in such a way that it does not have all these chemicals and things in the process, that it keeps pure rainwater pure as it goes through your system. And rainwater is essentially cleaner than what you get out of the lake. It doesn't have any chlorine in it and some of the different chemicals that we find in our public reports from the City of Chicago, which you can get from the City of Chicago, the reports that show the different chemical residues that are actually in the water that we drink.
Right.
Even though Chicago is known for having some of the best drinking water in the country because we have such a large reservoir of fresh water in the Great Lakes, we still have pollution, and then there's a treatment process that adds chlorine to the water. So what I do is I filter my water. I drink it, it tastes good, but I do filter it just to get more of that out.
Right.
But just the idea that I could water my grass and water my edible garden.
Oh, absolutely.
And right from rainwater, it's sustainability.
Absolutely.
I like that idea. We here in Chicago, we got in January and February alone, I think we got more rain than we had like in the last year. It was incredible. We were supposed to get snow at that time of year, but we had torrential downpour for 2 months straight. And that would have been a great opportunity to collect rainwater. As a matter of fact, the Water Reclamation District was at the event. They raffled off a water barrel. The City of Chicago is doing a few things to try and help us learn and practice sustainability. And we do take for granted in Chicago the water that we have because we have the best water and we have so much of it. We run our dishwater and we just let it run. And, that's just a bad habit that we have. And it's funny because when I went to Jamaica with my husband, co-host Warren, his family is Jamaican, and we went to Jamaica, and when they wash dishes, it's a completely different process. And I thought to myself, growing up, we just turn on the water, let it run. But that's something that's really abusing water.
Right.
And went to Jamaica, and the way they wash is because they don't have many freshwater lakes and things like that. They rely on rainwater.
Oh, okay.
And they were having a drought at the time, so one time we came in, and it was after 9 o'clock. We tried to shower, and there was no water.
Oh.
And then we found out, they turn it off because after a certain time you should be done, and then we'll have enough for the day. So it's like they were rationing water. But when they wash dishes, and it's something that we should practice just as just being conscientious to the environment. One thing that we can do is we take a sponge and we put a little bit of soap on it. We wet the sponge, and then you can wash a whole bunch of dishes in that with that sponge and a little water. Put it in a clean sink, and then you turn on your water and you rinse all of those dishes, and you use a very, very small fraction of the water. So,
and one thing just on that, being from Roseville, California, we were in a drought last year. So we are actually, for a couple of years now, we've been in a drought, and this year we have had floods all over the state. So even though we've had both extremes, it's important just to be able to collect all that water from your gutters. And even if you don't use it, if you don't want a rain harvesting system, it's still great to have a gutter guard on your gutters to be able to protect your roof because water can actually go back up the shingle, which is a huge thing. I mean,
Like underneath?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
if your gutters are clogged, water can, void that manufacturer's warranty on your shingles. It can cause tens of thousands of dollars in damage.
I didn't know that. So you
Yeah.
can get a new roof, and actually, because you didn't protect your roof by having appropriate type of gutters,
Correct.
or at least maintaining your gutters, that it could actually void your roof warranty.
Correct. Absolutely. So
That's important to know. And
you
we
know,
have severe weather. We get extremes, hot, extreme cold. And with that extreme cold, so not only does the water get under there, but when it'll freeze overnight.
Right.
And when it freezes, it actually expands. And each time it expands more, and then it creates cracks. And then we might get 80-degree weather in 3 days. I know I was a witness to it, and all of you Chicagoans know that we've gone from frozen to high 70s and even peaked over 80 within like 72 hours. And that's a kind of scary thing.
Oh, right.
But you can get like this freeze thaw and then mold. So you can prevent all this type of damage and protect your home just by having a simple garden, just by having a very simple gutter protection system. And you don't have to clean the leaves out of it. Well, we have a caller, so let's take a look and see who that caller is. Hi,
Hello?
you're on. Welcome to the Village Network and Can TV Live. What's your question?
Well, thanks. I really hate that I missed the expo, and I was hoping I could find out more information as to what would I do if. How do I find out when the next expo is going to be, or if I wanted to get some of that information, where could I go to find out?
Well, what you can do is, actually you can reach us directly on our website. You can go to villagenetwork.org or to chicagohousingexpo.com. And you can actually, we still haven't taken down the registration, but what you can do, I'm going to go to the projector screen and show you where you can go just to get some information. And if you go to Chicago Housing Expo, you're welcome. And I'm excited that you're interested in knowing. So you just scroll down and it says register here. And I might, even if we take the registration off in the next couple of days, there will be a portal for you to give information. Actually,
Awesome.
that goes to Eventbrite. I'm sorry about that. But if you go to, let's see, Village Network.
But I can just register there at some point when.
Actually, you can, but you know what you also can do is, what you can also do is you can just give us a call at 773-717-2535. Again, that is 773. And just for all you viewers out there, it's 773-717-2535. And we will, you actually get myself or Warren directly or our assistant. And we will just get to know a little bit more about what your needs are and let you know when, and collect your information and make sure that you're informed when we have our next workshop. So
Thank you.
You're very welcome. We do this event.
Very much.
You're welcome. And
I'm going to save that number. I will definitely be at the next one. I will make sure I don't miss it. I'm going to tell everybody that I know. It sounds like it was very, very good.
it
Very
was
exciting.
very
It
exciting.
was excellent.
Yes.
Both from vendors and from participants there. It had a great turnout.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 people for sure. The aisles were busy, and there was a lot of different types of vendors there for your needs.
Yes.
And that gutter guard, can I just go to your website and find out more about that too?
Just give us a call and we will definitely connect you with the resources. But it is a wonderful product to use. It's about protecting your home, and it's also about sustainability, which is awesome. It helps green your home and save costs, save on repairs, save on work. How would you like in the springtime to not have to think about cleaning all those yucky, dirty leaves and keeping the squirrels and things out of your gutters?
Big deal. That's a
Absolutely.
Big deal. Actually, I just clicked on the website and the website came up. I clicked on the logo and the website came up.
Oh,
There you go.
thank you.
That is that's actually the company that she's from, and you certainly could get more information. But they're also sold at outlets in Chicago, so I could certainly connect you with that. But I would recommend those types of products to anyone just to help preserve your home and reduce the repair costs, just as a start.
It's such a simple upgrade, and really when your gutters clog, it's always during the storm. So to save those few hours of wet leaves, to clean those out of your gutter. And most people clean their gutters 2 to 4 times a year. And lots of times in the Chicago area especially, they're paying gutter cleaners to clean out their gutters.
Yes.
So being able to
and
save
mine
that
is so
money.
high up, and I'm scared of heights. I'm liable to fall off the ladder and kill myself.
You know,
Oh.
a lot of
I don't
people,
want to do that again.
a lot of people do actually have accidents. One of the most common accidents in home repairs is falling off of a ladder, repairing it, cleaning gutters. That's a really high incident of repairs.
Well, thank you very much. It was an awesome show, and I look forward to catching the next event. And I'm going to give me some gutter guard. That's a big deal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
So, I guess we got some people who are, I guess, learning about this.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
that's pretty good. But it's very important that what you do is when you're doing any remodels, repairs, and things like that, you think about the long term. You think about the quality as opposed to just the whole visual and things like that, and to save yourself work and time and money. But we only have a couple of minutes left. But just to recap, I'm here with Catherine Austin, and she actually came in from California as one of the exhibitors, and as it relates to the workshops, you can certainly give us a call at 773-717-2535, and we will provide you information and keep you up to date on the different workshops that we have throughout the year at different venues around the city, and they are all free. We are all about informing the people about what you need to know, and the more you know, you are the better off you are, of course.
It's just one step at a time, one small home improvement project at a time. It's
Yep.
great. Thank you very much.
So, another interesting thing as it relates to the expo, it was a wonderful and pleasant surprise. We had some more guests that actually came in town to come to the event, and that told me that the information that we're getting out there is really needed and people want it. So we had 2 members of an investment club come and visit from Kentucky and from Tennessee, and I definitely wanted to just send a shout out to these people because it was just very endearing to see that that the information that we're providing, and that we are getting experts together to teach about these things that we need to know for neighborhood revitalization, that they are in fact coming from around the way, including from different parts of the country. So that tells me that there's more, we've got more work to do to make sure that everybody is being informed. And we're also looking forward to learning more about different green initiatives. We did have other companies that had some, that were doing very green things, like the Water Reclamation District, as well, People's Gas, and the electric company, ComEd. They actually came and People's Gas gave a presentation about home efficiency. That's really important. There are different programs that provide home efficiency services, and some of them, many of them are free. They were actually giving away free gifts. They were giving away shower heads to save you water, different light bulbs, actually heating mechanisms to program your thermostat to keep it pretty warm, or to save money. As well, there was rain barrel services, and we also had a solar panel company there, the company that put one on top of our home. So if you want to know more, give us a call. But we're going to be wrapping it up, and wanted to thank you, Catherine, for being here. And she's going to be heading off in the next couple of days, but I'm so glad we could bring her on and learn more about reserving water and protecting your home with gutter systems. And we will be seeing you soon in about a week. Take care.
Thank you.